Good morning. My name is Rick Vigrass. I'm a member of Calling Lakes Ecomuseum, or CLEM. And this is Aurelie McPherson, who's with me, who's the chairperson. This project, as you can see, I feel kind of guilty accepting the award because it's so much fun. You're out on the lake on a beautiful day like today, the water's calm, the ducks are swimming by with their families, there's a beaver, a muskrat, a mink along the shore. And so I'm kayaking along there, and I'm finding some garbage. This is at Qu'appelle Lake. And, you know, most of the lake is pretty clean, but sometimes things get away from people. There's plastic, there's little bait boxes that float up on the shore. I picked up a plastic lawn chair, and then I noticed tires all along the shore that weren't being used. So they were basically litter. So I started picking them up with my kayak, and Aurelie had a friend take this photo. And the photo pretty much sums up what the project is. Tires are bad for the lake, they're bad for water. 10% of microplastics in the ocean are caused by tires. Tire dust from our roads is being noticed in the Arctic. The wind is carrying it up to the Arctic. There's a project with tire runoff from roads that's killing salmon. So tires are bad. Now, I'm a retired engineer, so I will tell you also that tires are good because you can't live the way you do without tires. But engineering isn't everything. I've really enjoyed the projects today, but we need to do more than engineering. We need to have the whole picture in mind. Okay, next slide. So part of this project, other than me picking them up on the shore, was to convince other cottage owners to take their tires off their docks, because that's one way the tires get in the lake, is they fall off the docks. So CLEM had this art brochure put together by children, and it was quite effective. If you can imagine me coming up to a young man and telling him to take his tires off the dock, you can imagine what the response would be. But if I give him this brochure and say the children want you to take your tires off the dock, a totally different response, and I was successful with that. So that's the education component. Okay, next slide. Now this is my last slide, and this is ongoing work. One of the fishers on the lake sent us this scan. This shows tires on the bottom of the lake in 5 feet of water over a short area. I took that, multiplied it by all the cottages around our lake, and figured there's about 5,000 tires on the bottom of Qu'appelle Lake. That's not a good situation, but for someone like me that recycles tires, I've got a lot of years of work ahead of me. I did run into a fellow with his pontoon boat who, when the water's calm and he can see the tires, he takes a hook and he can hook them and then pull them up with his boat. So we plan to do that this summer, go out and do that on a nice day and pick some tires over the lake. So thank you for the award, and I hope you enjoyed the presentation.